So the ladder has had a new sill welded on, but as you can see, it's not in the best condition. It has surface rust. So first we need to remove this and prep it. We have our wire brush, some well-needed rust killer. Then we have our sandpaper in various grades. And then once we've done that, we'll be priming it and then applying the colour. This is not an exact match to the current colour of the ladder, but I think it's going to be close enough. And just in case you're worried about my legs being under the car is actually up on axle stands, so it isn't going anywhere. Now that we've finished with the wire brush, I am now going to go over it with some 120 grit sandpaper just to do the finishing touches before we put the rust kill on. And don't forget to do the top of the sill that's inside the door. We'll just give this a go over. And now I'm just going to give everything a quick wipe over with the cleaner to get all the dust and, bits off it. So now that we've got all of the dust off the sill, we're going to start painting this rust kill onto the sill. And you'll know it starts to work once it starts going black, because that means it's now active. It's going to be killing the rust. And you need to leave this on for 2 to 3 hours, but we're actually going to be leaving this on overnight to do its job. And this will be painted on the whole sill, which may take a while with this little brush. So we're going to leave this to do its work overnight, and we'll come back to it tomorrow. We'll actually do some more work in the evening because the temperatures in Bulgaria are still crazy hot at the moment. Still over 30, getting to 40, so no work can be done in the day, so evening time is best. So even after a few minutes, you can see that the rust stop has started to convert the rust and it's going black. Okay, so it's been a few days since we put the rust converter on. You can see that it's worked because, as we said, it's gone black to show that it has worked. We have gone over it with some thinners and roughly masked off the areas that we don't want to get spray paint. And now we're going to prime it. So I'm just giving it a very light shadow coat first. So this isn't going to be a perfect job. This is just us working in our garden, repairing what we can, and it's going to look half decent. It's going to look good for a few meters away. And you can tell now from the paper actually being up against the car that it is so off-white. It's actually close to the masking tape. So now we're laying it on a lot thicker. And one thing I need to put on a shopping list for the car is a thicker mat to kneel on. Again, it's not perfect, but from 20 paces, it'll look good. So now we're just lightly going over the primer just to get the rough texture off so that it's nice and smooth ready for the paint. So I'm just using 2000 grit paper and just with a light pressure just to get the dried over spray off. So not much pressure, gently going over the silk. And then just rub your fingers and you can feel that it's nice and smooth. So we've got two colour choices that we got from practice. This, in our opinion, in the shop was the closest we could find. We've got Traffic White, which was our first choice, and then we've got Pure White.
Even though it's called Pure White, it looks sort of still like an off-white colour, doesn't it? It's almost got a little bit of cream in it.
Yeah.
It's the closer one, I think.
Compared to the paper on the car, they are still a little bit off-white. If they are not a perfect match, it does not matter. It's not the end of the day because we're going to be putting on a body moulding, a big black stripe will be going across this bottom sill that'll cover actually most of the paint anyway. And again, if it is a drastic color difference, we'll just go and do a color match and find a
either that or we could even wrap the car as the other thing we maybe talked about, because the body's actually in quite good condition, so it might look okay with a wrap, even just in the same color, like a cream, but or an ivory color.
I don't want it to be any other color. I do want it to be this. So even if we get it wrapped, it's going to be something similar to this. I think it's such a iconic color.
Yeah.
But let's have a look anyway.
Yeah, which one are you going to start with? And you've given it a wipe over after you've just sanded off the sill. You've given it a wipe with thinners.
Thinners, again, to get any residue, any dust off, because we want a smooth surface. Well, as smooth as we can get. Again, it's not going to look perfect. You have to squint, probably.
So which one are you starting with?
Traffic white, because this was the first one we picked up
Yeah.
in the shop. And to me, they're pretty similar to each other, but I think this one is going to be the one.
I still reckon it's going to be pure white. There we go.
Okay, so we're going to do just a quick side-by-side to see compare the two colours. So this one again, traffic white. And it's just going to be a light coating, just so we can see. And then we'll build it up once we choose which one.
You can give it a little bit more with that one, yeah.
I think that's enough.
Yeah.
And now let's go with the pure white. Let's do a little... There we go. I think maybe a little bit of this one now.
Let them dry for a little bit.
Okay, so we've got the two colours. You can't probably see so much of a difference on the camera on your screen, but so we've got traffic white here and we've got the pure white, and surprisingly the pure white is actually more off-white,
yeah,
than being pure white, as they say.
Yeah.
Because even when you see the sample, you know, like the colour swatch here on the can, it doesn't even look like that. It is definitely closer to the masking tape colour. This one's not too bad, and if this was the only choice, this would be okay. But this one is definitely... So, Steve was right. The pure
Down
white.
That's it.
So now that we've got more on and we're actually up against the original colour, you can see it's not a direct colour match. It's still a little bit too probably washed out than this like warm white ivory colour. This is definitely more cool tone.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'd still, obviously we're going to paint the Sill anyway, but I think you're right. It's definitely still a lot whiter, a lot brighter than the paint that's on there, as you can see from, this area over here. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it is noticeable that it is a different colour.
Yeah. Anyway, as I say, I think at least still carry on painting the Sill, because we can always just rub it back if we do get an absolute colour match paint. But I need to find out what the actual paint is called, or the number for it, if I need to get some mixed. But it's just handy that you can go and buy something. Some of these auto colours from practice here in Bulgaria is really, really handy, because you can get pretty close. If you had to do a running repair like we're doing here, it's not so bad.
We need to find one that says Lada.
Yes, that's it, yeah.
Whatever colour this is. Lada ivory.
Yeah.
But
still, it's protection for the Sill anyway,
so it's better than it just being exposed
and being
rusty
black
metal.
Yeah.
Like we've done the treatment on it, so it's already better than it was.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe not right and maybe not perfect, but it'll do.
We don't need perfection. Does this paint smell familiar to you?
No, I'd never used to sniff paint.
It doesn't smell like rakia to you?
No. No.
It does to me.
Does it? Oh, goodness me.
Which is crazy, because I drink it. So I'm just like, oh,
yeah,
I'm going to be paint.
Yeah, don't.
I mean, when I drink the rakia, not the paint, it's going to remind me. But rakia does strip paint, and I have done that before. I've stripped nail polish off wood with rakia, so that just shows you.
It has so many uses. When you come to Bulgaria, it really is a way of life.
The answer is always rakia. So we've put a good coat of it on. It's definitely not an exact match. It's not exactly close. When I get to here, you can see the difference. It's definitely a cooler tone than the warmer ivory. But it's a good base. It's a good base for the next colour if we manage to find it. And to be honest, when the black body moulding is on there, it's going to cover up a lot of that bottom sill anyway. And when you get further back, that line starts to fade. You can't notice that much.
20 paces, it'll be fine.
Yeah, from over here, it doesn't look too bad. And if you just use your imagination and imagine that big black line going across the bottom sill there, you're not going to notice that. So here's the other side of the car, and here's a good example of how much of the bottom sill gets covered by the black body moulding. There won't be much on show, so I don't think it'll look too bad. But don't look too close at the rust on this side, okay? Hey you.